Okay, ladies and gents of YouTube, welcome to my solo farming guide for Magic Legends regarding Aether. Alright, so I'm reshooting this video because the previous one that I did, went wonky and my overlay wasn't there, and you know what? Despite the mathematics, I think it was just not visually exciting enough to just talk the math. Okay, so what I'm going to show you in this little guide is how you can farm Aether, because you need to refine 50,000 per day to hit your cap. And now, okay, let's talk positive things first. Magic Legends is made by Cryptic, or at least supported by Cryptic, because they, much like Neverwinter, which is also a fantastic game, allow for an exchange between Zen, the paid currency, and Aether. So Aether is very important, and you can earn up to 50,000 per day. It is also useful for upgrading your spells, things like that. So I'm sure that most of you out there would want to hit your 50,000 cap. How do you do it efficiently is the problem. How long does it take to earn 50,000? Okay, I'm gonna explain it in this guide. Okay, now I'm gonna assume that you want to do it efficiently and also have some fun. Okay, you don't just want to be grinding, you know, because if you want to be grinding, I'll tell you straight up, all right? Just keep running around doing skirmishes in, for example, the mode where you can one-shot everything. So like for me right now with 730 power in my loadout, it's actually hard mode. I can go around one-shotting all the skirmishes. You can just walk around the map just doing that consistently. And you do 100 of the minor skirmishes, you've got your 50,000. But that's no fun. So I'm going to show you how to have fun while also farming. All right. The first and most important thing I want to talk about is quests. This is to set up a base standard. Now, each day, if you go to your battle pass, and I bought mine with Aether, not with Zen, which I'm very proud of, you have a weekly quest and a daily quest. The weekly quest does supplement quite a bit of Aether, but it's the daily quest that you want to focus on, all right? So your daily quest will give you about 6,000 Aether, roughly, unless I'm wrong, but I think it was around 6,000. Okay, so that is the first and easiest way to get a bunch of Aether to just start with, okay? Now, when you get that 6,000 Aether to start with, okay, that means that you still have to earn about 44,000. How are you going to earn that 44,000? That's the question on everybody's mind. So I'm going to show you how. First of all, you can go to your guide. Let's pick a word like Shiv, all right? A land and flames. If you were to select hard mode difficulty and a regional enchantment, now it depends on whether or not you can handle the regional enchantment. If it's something like monsters reflect damage, you're gonna kill yourself really fast. So I would put on something like mana overload. Fine, this is okay with me. And if you combine hard mode with the mana overload, you're getting 50% more unrefined Aether. The reward for completing a quest is about 2,250, and at hard mode, okay, assuming that you're efficiently doing the mission, meaning you're not killing every single thing, but rather you're killing what comes in front of you, you're killing the legendaries, the elites, whatever, and you are going through the mission that way, and you reach the end, it's going to take you roughly, okay, 11 minutes and 30 seconds to do that. And that is going to net you 3,375 Aether. How do you do the math for that? Very simple. You can whip out your phone calculator and follow along. These guides, these guided quests, all right, if we look back here, they give you 2,250 unrefined Aether, okay, base. So you're getting a 50% bonus for having a regional enchantment and the hard mode difficulty, right? 50%. So we go back to our calculation, 2,250, you can type it in on your phone, multiplied by 1.5, which is 100% plus the 50%. You get 3,375 Aether. This is your baseline, okay? This is your baseline. Now, I measured everything in accordance with this, and I also tested multiple quests during a stream, which brought me to the conclusion that each quest goes between 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes for the shortest one, to about 13 minutes for one of the longer ones, where you basically cock-blocked because the boss kept flying off and shit like that. So you had about 13 minutes on that one. So on average, between the 10:30 to the 13 minutes, you're looking at roughly 11 minutes and 30 seconds on average for each of these quests. Okay. We now have to measure every single thing in accordance with that guideline of 11 minutes and 30 seconds and 3,375 Aether. So how long is it going to take you to earn that with skirmishes and all the other stuff? Okay. So depending on the type of skirmish, you earn a different amount of Aether. Minor skirmishes earn you 400 Aether base, all right? And major skirmishes will earn you 750 base, okay? Now, there's no regional enchantment for the overworld. You can select difficulty. Now, there are enchantments that you can choose to put in, all right? But for the majority of the time, you will just be functioning on the base difficulty, right? Okay, so when you're getting 25% more, minor skirmishes give 400 base. So 400 multiplied by 1.25, which is 125%, gives you 500. 750 multiplied by 1.25 gives you 937. So for the sake of rounding, we'll just put at 930. Okay, so major skirmishes, 930, minor skirmishes, 500. How long will it take you to get the 3,375? Efficiently speaking, okay, you'd be looking at 500 times 7. 7 minor skirmishes would get you 3,500. That bursts the cap a little bit, all right, but that is what accounts for the difference in time, okay? Each minor skirmish takes you roughly, okay, honest to God, roughly 2 minutes to complete. That includes travel time. So let's say I teleport in, it's going to take me about a minute to stomp everything, but it's not always consistent, all right? Sometimes it may take you a bit longer, it might take you a bit shorter, you know, and if you mix in some of the major skirmishes. So I have done like some background calculations just to set a limit, because you're not always going to be doing the minor skirmishes. Like if you happen to find a major skirmish nearby, you're still going to do it, or a mana tower defense, you're still going to do that because that counts as a major skirmish, right? So if we crunch the numbers roughly, all right, you're looking at 600 Aether every 2.5 minutes, okay? So if you're looking at 600 Aether every 2.5 minutes, let's go put that into the calculation page. Okay. Let's do this live. Skirmishes. Spelled that wrong. Skirmishes. Okay. Two minutes and 30 seconds per 600 Aether, okay? So once again, you know, let's use my Asian powers of mathematics. You know, I love mathematics, to be honest. It is the most Asian thing about me. So at this level, you need to do about 6 in general, okay, 6 in general to get to about 3,600 Aether, okay? So when you're having to do 6 of these, all right, let's see how long it would take. Let's multiply 2.5 by the 6. 15 minutes, okay? Roughly, you're looking at a timing. Oops, sorry. If you're doing 6 of them, all right, you're looking at timing of 15 minutes. To get 3,600 Aether. Okay, so these are the relative numbers that you're looking at when it comes to number crunching for this kind of thing. So automatically, it's gonna look like the quests are the most efficient, right? Okay, this is where things get a little wonky, okay? Because what I'm gonna say is that this is gonna like go against the grain of strictly following the mathematics, but what I want to highlight is that world spacing can play a huge part. you can have instances and situations. Let's hang on. Let's go back to Shiv again. You can have instances and situations where multiple quests are located very close to each other, which shortens travel time. So you could do multiples of these in one shot, just roaming around this area, you see? And even if you're teleporting around, loading times are not that bad. So actually you can end up more efficient than this standard. So again, even if you were to do skirmishes, you don't have to fear not hitting, like, you don't have to say, oh, quests are so much more efficient. No, you don't have to fear that, because actually I timed myself. I can roughly get close to 3,375 Aether just by doing skirmishes around the overworld and hitting about 12 minutes. Close to 12 minutes. I actually did it live on stream. We can actually get close to this figure in about 12 minutes. It's not that difficult. It is genuinely not that difficult. But that included one special skirmish as well, which may pop up, you see. So that plays a factor as well. Special skirmishes give you a whole bunch more than expected. So with the 25 bonus, it really helps you crush through stuff a lot faster. So that is something to be aware of, and that is something to take account of. I've noticed that this game functions on the basis of a magical number of 12 minutes. They seem to want to give you about 12 minutes to farm close to 3,000 Aether. So if we use this magical number of 12 minutes for 3,000 Aether, okay, let's do some calculations. How long will it take you to get to your 50,000 limit? Okay, so again, at 3,000 Aether per 12 minutes, okay, at 3,000 Aether per 12 minutes, it'll take you, okay, let's see how much you can do in 1 hour. In 1 hour, that's 5 attempts in 1 hour. So, copy paste, new source. You can basically get 5 sets done in 1 hour, which, assuming you're using the 3,000 calculation as the baseline, okay, we're gonna copy paste that, you'd be getting 15,000 Aether. And if you're getting 15,000 Aether, which is 3,000 times 5, okay, 15,000 Aether, it would take you 3 hours to get 45 Aether. So let's put that into writing so it's clearer for the mind. Oops, sorry. No, this one came out first, so fine. Yeah, sorry, it takes a while to type, but basically it would take you 3 hours to get your 45,000 Aether. So, going through this with the mathematics involved as well, all right, if you're doing your quests with the 50% bonus, you're going to be looking at roughly 12 minutes for your 3,375 Aether. So, skirmishes is roughly the same. You would be able to get your 3,000 Aether within about 12 minutes. If you use that as a baseline rate, you can do 5 sets in 1 hour. In whatever combination you choose. Like, you're bored of doing skirmishes, go do your quest for a little while, and you'd earn 15,000 Aether in 12 minutes. So in 3 hours, you would get your 45,000 Aether, and that's how you're going to be able to hit your goal of 50,000 Aether per day, plus completing the daily quest. Don't forget about that. All right. So this game is a little fair in the sense that there isn't one super hyper efficient fast farming route to get you through it. You can actually do it however way you choose. Now, also for for fairness of testing, please do not do this. Please do not do these quests in normal mode. Why? In normal mode with everything off, you're only going to get 2,250. Okay, I'm not going to waste time putting this into calculations because it's easy to understand. 2,250, all right, is 66% of what you would be getting if you were to do it with the hard mode and the regional enchantment, okay? How long does it take you to do it in that time? It takes you roughly about 8 to 10 minutes. That's a conservative estimate. In fact, it actually takes you roughly 9 to 10 minutes, depending on the quest, because you have to wait for creatures to spawn. You have to wait for bosses to do their stupid dialogue options and things like that. So those unskippable things add to it, even if you're one-shotting everything, right? I tried a normal mode quest, and it was so inefficient because I would be doing way better with the 50%, even if I couldn't fully one-shot everything, and you know, the legendaries and mythic spawning and whatever. You would still be far more efficient just by doing this with the difficulty on, regional enchantment on, get your 50%. If you're doing it with all that shit off, all right, and you're still taking, the goal timing would be 8 minutes, because if you're getting 3,000 Aether in 12 minutes, all right, sorry, if you're completing the whole quest, getting 3,375 in your 11 minutes and 30 seconds, and you're doing this, you would need to do it in about 8 minutes to get the same level of efficiency. Impossible to do that. Most of the quests will drag on because of dialogue, because of missions during the quest, whatever. It takes you a little bit longer, even if you're one-shotting everything. Again, I stated clearly, even if you're one-shotting everything, it's not efficient. Okay, you would go way past 8 minutes. And that's not good. The only thing that is equivalently efficient is doing skirmishes and whether major, minor, whatever, right, in normal mode. So if you go to normal mode, you're doing the skirmishes, doing the major skirmishes, whatever, okay? You're doing all that shenanigans. You would still get the equivalent of 3,000 Aether per 12 minutes based on how fast you can just do the skirmishes in normal mode. Okay, because in normal mode, you're super one-shotting things as compared to hard mode. Hard mode, it might take you a little bit longer just to get everything done, you know, but when you're counting precious seconds, it makes a difference. So again, here are the rates of times that you need to remember. Okay, roughly, if you want to skip all the math in your head, it's 3,000 Aether per 12 minutes. All right, so you do anything in less than 12 minutes, you're more efficient, you're saving time. But on average, assuming you don't want to get bored of the game, you know, you want to just play all the content, play whatever you feel like playing, you know, because sometimes you'll have quests to do, sometimes you feel like doing some of the, like fulfilling some of the skirmishes and things like that. You're roughly looking at 3 hours to farm your full 50,000. So if you can find a more efficient way of doing it, you know, let me know, but this is roughly how long it takes. So for those of you that want to grind your 50,000 currency per day, please make sure that you set aside 3 solid hours or get friends. Friends will make it faster, but if you're solo farming, 3 hours is how long it takes, okay? Thank you so much for listening to my breakdown on how to solo farm Aether. All right, I hope this helps you fully understand the process so you can decide on what you want to do for yourself. If you feel like it, please like, share, and subscribe, or you can drop me tips, subs on Twitch, whatever. You can, you know, it's up to you whether you want to keep me running. I'm a full-time content creator, so this helps me out. This helps keep me alive, all right? Thank you so much for listening to my guide, and I hope you had fun, and I'll see you on the next one.